The Last of Us, everything you need to know for episode 9 in case that's the only episode you're watching for some reason. Once upon a time in 2003, Joel and his daughter Sarah and his brother Tommy are living their normal happy life in Texas, but meanwhile a parasitic fungus that infects and controls the brains of insects, called cordyceps, are doing their own thing, mutating and learning to infect and control the brains of humans. Some of this fungus gets into the food supply, and before anyone realizes it's too late and people all over start getting infected, which turns them into mushroom zombies that just want to spread their infection by taking control of more human bodies. The world goes from normal to apocalyptic chaos all in the span of a day. One minute Joel's having a nice birthday in Texas, and the next minute everyone's either turning into zombies or trying to get out of the cities to get away from the zombies. But some of the people trying to escape the cities are already infected, so there's car crashes and plane crashes, and it's all just a real mess all around. Joel and Sarah and Tommy try to flee to safety, but their car crashes and the military won't let them leave the city because they might be infected.
We're not infected.
We can't risk it.
Please, we're not infected.
Don't take another step or we'll shoot.
Please.
Step.
No, Sarah's dead.
Tommy shoots the soldier guy, fade to black.
20 years later.
The world is filled with infected mushroom zombie people. Society has all but crumbled in this post-apocalyptic world, but some people are still doing their best to not be zombies. In Boston, Joel is now a smuggler living in a quarantine zone run by an oppressive military government power called Fedra. Joel's brother Tommy left years ago to join a resistance army called the Fireflies that wants to take down Fedra. Joel doesn't like Fedra, but he also doesn't really like the Fireflies, so the brothers had a falling out and parted ways, but they still sort of keep in touch using radios or something. Until one day Joel stops hearing from Tommy, so he figures something is up and wants to go save him with the help of his smuggler partner Tess, but they need a car battery and they're out of options, so they make a deal with the leader of the Firefly resistance named Marlene to smuggle something out of the state capital, but the something they have to smuggle turns out to be a teenager named Ellie. Maybe she's the daughter of an important Firefly person? Marlene won't say.
No way, I ain't doing that.
We're out of options, Joel. So they agree to the job, but as they're sneaking out of the quarantine zone, a Fedra soldier stops them and tests them to see if they're infected. The infected testing doohickey says that Ellie is infected. The soldier becomes dead. Ellie claims that she's immune to the fungus and that she's being smuggled to a Firefly base in Colorado so that they can study her and find a cure for the parasitic fungus.
Look, I was bitten weeks ago, but I haven't turned.
I don't believe you.
Maybe she's telling the truth. Who cares? A job is a job. Joel isn't sure if he believes her, but they carry on with the mission anyway, but soon run into some blind infected that use echolocation and sounds to hunt. There's an intense action scene and they kill the infected. Finally, they make it to the state building in the capital where they're supposed to deliver Ellie to, but when they get there, everyone is dead. What to do? Infected start surrounding the building and trying to get in. Tess reveals that she was bitten earlier and only has a few hours before she turns. Her dying wish is that Joel would help Ellie get to the Firefly so that they can find a cure. I don't want this to be for nothing, Joel. They run away. Tess blows up the building. They're sad about losing Tess, but now they have a mission, and a joke book. They get a truck and go to find Tommy in Wyoming since he used to be with the Fireflies, but the truck breaks down so they continue on foot. Along the way they make an alliance with a guy named Henry who can sneak them through a dangerous city. They run into some infected, but get away safely. Ellie makes friends with Henry's brother Sam, but Sam secretly reveals that he was bitten. Ellie doesn't tell Joel and Henry and instead tries to give Sam some of her zombie-immune blood to cure him. But the next morning it didn't work and Sam is a zombie so he goes to heaven and his brother Henry is really sad so he goes to heaven too. So Joel and Ellie continue on their own. Finally they meet up with Tommy in Wyoming who lives in a well-secured and healthy functioning community with his wife. Tommy's wife tells Ellie about Joel's daughter Sarah. The pressure of having people depend on him again after he's failed to protect so many people is getting to Joel. He's having panic attacks and he feels like he isn't mentally stable enough to keep taking care of Ellie, so he asks his brother to take her to the Fireflies for him.
You have to take her. I can't keep her safe.
I can't. My wife's having a baby.
She's immune to being a zombie. They can find a cure.
She's immune?
Shh.
Okay, I'll take her the rest of the way.
You're abandoning me?
I'm just gonna get you killed.
You're just comparing me to your daughter, but I'm not her. Everyone I ever cared about has either died or left me, except for bleeping you, Joel.
You're not my daughter and I ain't your daddy.
Fine!
Fine! Oh, maybe I am her dad. In a way. Wait! You want to go with Tommy or with me?
And so Tommy gets to stay home. Joel and Ellie finally make it to the Firefly research base in the old University of Colorado, but the Fireflies have all evacuated and went to their HQ in Salt Lake City. So Joel and Ellie decide to go the rest of the way across the country to get there. But then Joel gets stabbed, and Ellie has to take care of him in a basement somewhere. While Ellie is nursing Joel back to health, we get a flashback to Ellie's life as an orphan in a Fedra youth training facility. Her friend Riley, who's been missing for a week, shows up in the middle of the night and takes her on a secret date to an abandoned mall. Riley tells her that she's joined the Fireflies and is going to help them fix the world, but she and Ellie can't be together anymore. But then, adding insult to injury, an old zombie mall employee wakes up and attacks them. They both get bit and decide instead of euthanizing each other, they would sit with each other and wait until they both became zombies. Riley turned into a zombie, but for some reason Ellie didn't, so she had to kill zombie Riley and was later found by Firefly leader Marlene, who learned of her immunity and determined to smuggle her to some scientists who could extract a cure from her. Flashback forward to Ellie taking care of stab wound Joel. Winter has set in, and Ellie is hunting for food alone in the woods when she runs into a creepy cult leader. One of his cult friends was killed by Joel at some point. Joel has killed a lot of people, so he wants revenge on Joel, but he doesn't hold anything against Ellie except a super creepy crush. Ellie attacks him in an attempt to lead them away from where she's hiding Joel, but then she gets caught by the cultists. As she plans her escape, she learns that the cult is secretly feeding their followers their own departed loved ones. Long story short, a bunch of stuff happens, Ellie breaks free and kills her way out, and Joel regains consciousness and kills his way to save her, and they meet in the middle and everyone's safe. The whole experience has been pretty traumatizing for both of them, and especially Ellie, and they've lost a lot of friends, and there's still a long way to go to get to the Firefly Hospital research base in Salt Lake City where the Sunburst signs might be. But at least they have each other. And a joke book.